Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, wrestling fans, and sports entertainment fans, welcome to the No Shave Man Cave. I'm ElliJare, and thanks for checking us out. So I'm over here walking about, right? And I'm trying to figure out what the WrestleMania card is going to be. And like all other sports and all other fans, you prognosticate. At the start of the season, everyone, you've got your Cowboys fans. Oh, this is our year. We're going to do it. Almost, you had a great season. I'm not gonna, throw that away. Even as a Giants fan, the Giants, we had some exciting times with old Tommy Cutlets there, but we didn't get the job done. You had a just fantastic season for Lamar Jackson, and man, I am utterly impressed with that dude. He's a beast, and I hope next season we get to see the New York Football Giants versus the Ravens. Really, just man, this dude really earned it. What would be cool is if we saw the AFC Championship game be the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Ravens. So if anyone can turn teams around, it's a solid quarterback. The Chargers have a good quarterback and some legit coaching. So we'll see who Harbaugh ends up bringing on his coaching staff to make the magic happen. And then over with the WWE, the coaching staff, we've got our producers and we've got folks in Gorilla, Triple H, the general managers, Scrap Daddy and Nick Aldis for Monday and Friday night respectively, and then of course down at NXT you've got the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, and that whole entire crew making some just masterful moves for the men and women over in NXT, because they are like, if you aren't watching NXT on a regular basis, obviously I can't tell you what to do, but I would encourage you to definitely catch an episode or three, because that is freaking awesome. And of course we've got Impact. I'm a huge Impact fan. They're on the come up. For some odd reason, they decided to let Scott D'Amore go. There was a bit of a power struggle. Scott D'Amore actually tried to buy TNA, and Anthem said, no, thank you. No suit for you. Time to go. But, so good luck to them in their future endeavors. I hope D'Amore lands on his feet somewhere. Maybe he goes to Ring of Honor. That would be awesome for Ring of Honor. Get some stability over there. I know Bryan Danielson is very involved, but it seems like every time I turn around, Bryan Danielson is somewhere, if not everywhere, and that's just tough. He's being spread thin, and Scott D'Amore being an executive and a booker a long time, I think would bring some stability. So, speaking of stability, man, these storylines for WrestleMania are not stable, and the way it was being built, you had CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. That was like a done deal, right? And damn, then we get the injury bug, and when CM Punk left AEW, I was like, whatever, if we never see him again, it's whatever. But having him back in the WWE has been a hell of a lot of fun. And when he was on commentary and at the press conference, man, that was awesome. And when he popped off and said, hey, I'm going to punch we need to just punch The Rock in the mouth. And The Rock hears it and is like, man, I'm here for that too. So if we can get CM Punk somehow involved, that I think would be a lot of fun. Now, I am not a big fan of blood in wrestling, and I've talked about this. I was able to get through some matches, and recently there was a match, TNA, then they were Impact, had a match. Steve Macklin, like every time his heart beat, blood was squirting out of his face. I was like, ugh. But I think I think the WWE is going to start going in that direction. Maybe that third hour, or shit, if when they move to Netflix, that may be a done deal, and that would definitely spice up some of their programming. So um, you'll have Monday Night Raw, you'll have um, you'll have NXT on CW, and then you'll have Friday Night SmackDown on USA, and then you'll have Peacock. So, whew, man, that is wild. Where we're grabbing all of our wrestling with all these streaming services, and man, so I go and I set the recording Friday. I was tired. I went into work early on Saturday, so I went to bed early on Friday. So I hit the old record, and I come down. It's Sunday morning. Nobody's around. Tiff is asleep, and I go to flip the show on. Oh my God! I just about had a heart attack. Fox is not on my cable anymore. So then they show, if you have this service, then you can get the shows that were on this channel. And if you have this service, you can get shows that were on this channel. I was like, dude, it's happening. It is going down. So I'm going to have to, have a Fire Stick in every TV. And, Tiff likes the Cooking Network, and I love the Cooking Network too. I can't get enough of Tournament of Champions, because that title, right? Who doesn't want one of those titles? But yeah, I was tripping out, like, come on, man. So now I have to hop on Hulu, which is fine, because I already have a Hulu. I think I have all of them, and except for Max. I don't have Max. So we're gonna have to have a talk with our cable service and figure out where we can get some of the shows that Tiff likes to watch, if we're gonna cut the cord from cable. But man, that just tripped me out. So hey, back to wrestling talk. Sorry to dance about like I do. So talking about what is going to happen on the WrestleMania card, because there's like 1,000,001 scenarios. Are we going to, what I'd love to see for the main event, just real talk, I want to see Cody come out with Dustin Rhodes. I'm letting that sit in. Because that would be awesome. That would be so awesome. Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes come walking down, and Roman Reigns comes walking down, and the bloodline is with them, the wise man is with them, and damn it, down comes The Rock. Well, wait a minute, why would The Rock be there? Well, not only because he's in the bloodline, I think what's going to happen is somehow The Rock will end up in that match. And me as a Cody fan, and again, like I said, rocking my American Nightmare gear every time I record until WrestleMania, I want to see The Rock get pinned by Cody Rhodes. And tell me that would not be awesome. Because what did Cody say, like, two episodes ago or whatever? And then I think he said it again at the presser. I'm coming for everything. Dude, how awesome would that be? Well, what's the big deal? He gets a pin. He gets a pin, really? He gets a pin, and who does not get the pin? Roman freaking Reigns. Look at the character work that Roman Reigns is doing now. He's walking behind The Rock. And, think about how Jimmy and Jay were treated by The Rock, or by Roman Reigns. This is what's happening with The Rock, is like, he's over here playing second fiddle. They're going to have some issue, and I don't know if it's going to be Solo or Jimmy. Shit, it might be Jay coming down. Jay comes down to support his boy Cody, and whoop, next thing you know, we get the 3 count. What would be freaking sick would be Cody puts the figure 4 on the Rock. Oh man, that would be bonkers. So there's your triple threat match, and I think there's a good chance it could happen. Will it happen? I don't know. Probably not. Which is, it's unfortunate, but we don't necessarily have to get everybody on the card, but there's going to be a lot of folks on this card. So something else that we could do with Seth freaking Rollins, because he's injured, is sort of protect him. Put him in a triple threat match, and how they're slowly building Sami Zayn back up again. They did the little vignette, I'm a contender, I'm no longer an underdog. Ooh, that's a little bit spicy. I can feel that. Man, that would be something. So we get a triple threat match with DM Punk, Drew McIntyre, and Sami Zayn and Seth frickin' Rollins. I think DM Punk comes out, your world champion, and that would be freaking awesome. Something else that I freaking need them to do is Gunther versus Sheamus. Woof! Sheamus gets the win. Gunther goes on his trajectory. Gunther gets into a program with Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre carries the world title for 6 months or whatever, and then Gunther starts his reign as the WWE Heavyweight Champion. Or no, he'll be referred to as the World Champion, and then Friday night we'll have the WWE Champion. So that's the title that Dusty never won. He held it at Madison Square Garden. I talked previous episode that there was some talk about Cody won't win at WrestleMania. He'll end up winning next time they come to Madison Square Garden. Oh man, we got to finish this, dude. We've got to finish this. Oh, the bloodline and he's got to hold the title longer than anyone. Da 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 da. Whose deal was that anyway? That was the man that shall not be named, who's no longer involved in professional wrestling. Although I hope that we end up seeing Stephanie McMahon back involved in the WWE. Definitely a much different WWE that she left, but she could certainly be a huge part of the rebuilding the credibility of the WWE brand. Man, how awesome would that be? And then we could get a woman's pay-per-view, and we could get maybe we get a Forbidden Door where all of the wrestling companies come together. TNA is they just signed a deal with Endeavor, who owns the WWE, and now everybody's happy, kumbaya. They have this big event in Vegas, hopefully not during UFC, a UFC when they do their fight week, when they do that World Invitational. But yeah, and that would be something else. So something else I think we're going to see at WrestleMania will be Becky versus Rhea. I think this would be a good opportunity for Rhea to drop the title. She goes away for a little while. I think she was going to do a movie or something like that. And then by the time she gets back, Buddy Murphy, his contract will be up, and he'll be back in the WWE along with Malachi as well. So his significant other is over there on Friday nights as well. So Vega is her is his wife. Sorry about that. Woo, man, vapor lock for a hot second. So I've been talking about this for a little while, and at the Royal Rumble when we saw Jimmy and Jay go face to face, I think this would be freaking awesome, and I definitely want to see this go down. Jimmy versus Jay, not in a no DQ, first blood, whatever, just brother versus brother, and yeet versus no yeet, whatever you want to call it. And this, I think, would be worth the price of admission. and oh man, it would really be something. Now I don't know if we're going to see John Cena. I'm fine if we don't. I think he's filming a movie anyway. Um, he came out last WrestleMania and got thumped by Solo. I don't necessarily think we need to bring him out again. I know he said his last match he wants it to be in London. So if we're going to do an international WrestleMania, he comes out for that. Obviously, you want him and his name and his brand to be on a show bigger than other shows, whatever. Maybe he comes out at the Monday Night Raw after Mania. Would that be, then everybody be like, well, if you're here now, why weren't you here there? So, half of one, half a dozen of one, six of the other, whatever. So, don't know what they're going to do with Logan Paul's character. He's walking around with the United States Championship, and, I thought we were going to see Kevin Owens win the United States title. I'm totally confused where they're going with this storyline. Will the two of them cross paths because they're both in the Elimination Chamber, and then somehow Dirty Dom comes in between them, and next thing you know, one of them eliminates each other, and more than likely it'll be Kevin Owens eliminates Logan Paul, then Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul at Mania. So that would be something. But I am super pumped for WrestleMania. I hope everybody else is looking forward to it, digging through, trying to figure out how things are going to get booked. It's like when you sit down and you do your March Madness, right? So you have Monday night and you have Friday night, and you're like, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. So Jimmy and Jay are going to open night one, so we're going to put that in the bracket. So that's going to be one, and it doesn't have to be like 1 versus 16 and that whole thing. But as you book out and see how close you come, whether it's what main events you end up hitting, what title changes were you right on. You and your buddies do an office pool where you set up some squares and you're like, okay, this match is going to happen. Boom, up. They booked this superstar against this superstar. That comes off the board. You're like, oh man, now I'm not getting, if you had Nia Jax versus Rhea Ripley. Oh geez, now Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley. Oh, that's coming off. There goes your $2 or whatever. That how much ever each square ends up costing. And then at the end, when Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes are right there in the link in the city of brotherly love, brothers holding one another, gripping the world title, and they point up to the sky where the American Dream is sitting there, and he's looking down, he's saying, now then, yes sir, pork and beans and dining with queens. Man, how cool would that be? So let's hope this card is as jam-packed as we think it's going to be. I am super interested to hear and see what everybody else is talking about and how they think their card is going to go, and how they think their card is going to be better than what Triple H and the powers that be end up booking it. So what are we going to get for the main event? I don't know. What are we going to get for the opening match? I don't know. What craziness is going to occur? Who is going to show up that we didn't expect? Woo! I am going to be there, and I cannot wait. So on behalf of Jay Tilly, I'm ElliJare. Thanks for checking us out. To our brothers and sisters at arms, thank you for so much you do. If you were in crisis, having any kind of issues, mental or emotional, please get help somewhere. Dial 988, reach out, call a friend, talk to someone at church. If you go to church, someone in your unit, something, please do not suffer in silence. And again, thanks for checking us out here in the No Shave Man Cave. On behalf of Jay Tilly, I'm ElliJare. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you at WrestleMania.